Ever have that sensation that you're rushing the downswing? Throws your balance out, throws your rhythm out, generally doesn't produce good shots for you. So let's have a look today at what you can do if you have that sensation, what causes it and how you can fix it. Hi, I'm Peter Knight. I've created this golf channel, Peter Knight Golf, to help you become the best golfer you possibly can be. And if you hit the subscribe button and the grey bell notification icon, then you'll get a notification of every video that I send out to you. And I'll look forward to helping you play the best golf you can. The comment I hear almost daily is, I wish I could stop rushing my downswing. I'm too fast from the top. I cast the club, or phrases like that. What I want to do is have a look at the thing that gives us the feeling that we are rushing the downswing or swinging too quickly at the beginning of the downswing. Most of it comes back to the sequence of movement. So if we look first of all at what good movement sequence is during the golf swing, if we start just with the hips, when I get to the top of my backswing, let's say my hips are stationary. As I begin my downswing, my hips are gaining speed. They're not gaining speed quickly, not accelerating quickly, but they are gaining speed. They'll reach their peak speed about here somewhere, about where my hips are back to square in the downswing. Then after that, they'll continue to move, but they're actually slowing down. So from the top of my backswing, my hips are accelerating, reach their peak speed, and then slow down, and at the finish, they're stationary again. My upper body's doing the same thing. It's gaining speed, reaching its peak speed and slowing down. So is my arm and my hand and the club. Now, interestingly, this order of movement, which is occurring in a sequence, not all at once, is really important for transferring momentum and power. And it's also important for controlling the movement of the club in the downswing, particularly the path of the club. So if we look first of all at, say, an incorrect movement, and this is the one that you're creating when you have that feeling that you're rushing from the top of the backswing or you're going too fast at the start of the downswing. When I begin my downswing, what I want to do first is initiate the movement with my lower body. Then my upper body's moving, then my arms, and then the club. Now it is almost simultaneous, but there's a very, very slight but really important order of movement in that swing. So if I start my downswing, and we'll see this really clearly from the down the line view, if I start my downswing with arms and hands, which is actually really common, as I start my downswing, it's going to throw the club onto an incorrect orbit, which means that I'm likely to swing the club across my body. So that's going to create the shot that goes to the left, a pull shot, or curves off to the right, especially with a longer club, the slice for a right-handed golfer. The other thing is that it's going to affect my balance, and that gives me the feeling that I've rushed the downswing. So if I start my downswing with arms and hands, then I'm going to feel unbalanced, and the feedback to me from that movement being unbalanced and out of order is that it's too fast. And that's where that feeling of rushing the downswing comes from. So what can we do about it? First of all, what we need to do is take an approach where either the arms are going to do less so that they don't move out of order, or the lower body does more earlier to try and stay ahead of what the arm movement does. If we try and just get the lower body moving faster, it'll just create an overall quicker swing, which probably won't change the order, in which case the movement will just feel worse, and probably the result will be that way too. So if I swing the club back, and then from here deliberately feel like my body's moving first, so I'm doing nothing with my arms and hands, my body moves first. So I'm getting the sense from here, body moves first. To the top of the swing, body moves first. And really trying to keep the work with my arms and hands to an absolute minimum. So even with a very short shot, and it'll probably be more noticeable when I make just a short swing, if I start my downswing with lower body, then it's a lot easier to see that order. Interestingly, in some ways, starting with a slower swing can be more difficult. Then if we look to create a faster movement, But oh, by the way, do a lot of those slow swings. They're going to be really beneficial for your golf. A feeling I can have now that I'm with my full swing, remember I said at the start that my hips peak speed is going to be when they're about square here in the downswing. So all I'm looking to do is to begin my downswing, do some work with my hips to about here, and then just let the swing go from there. So from the top of the swing, my hips will work to about here, and then not do anything more, and that allows momentum to transfer. And of course my hips still moved, but they're actually slowing down. The feeling that you'll have when you do that correctly is just one of the swing feeling pretty easy, not requiring a lot of effort. So now if we look at making that same movement with a fuller swing and looking to keep that same order, then I can start to apply that with bigger swings, faster swings, but first of all, I've got to get used to that movement to begin with. So practice the really short swings, even like shorter than the one that my first demonstration there. So I haven't got any more golf balls, but if I'm making a very short swing just through to here, so the club's going from about say belt height through to belt height, and if I've got my arms doing too much work, the club won't be able to stop there. So work with getting the lower body doing its work in the correct order, quieten the arms, which will help. Once you get that correct order going, then you'll find that your swing path will improve, your shots will go straighter, and they'll be struck better.